It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Hall to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Trap 60, trap 60.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 46-yard line.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Straight ahead is Hall. Oh, he sheds himself free. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's one way you take away a first down as a defender. Make sure you have a little bit of physical play when the ball gets to the receiver. Find a way to jostle it free. They caught him off guard, force the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
I got wide.
Bronco 80.
Rush in.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
You got nothing. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. York able to send this one through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. You talk about this Jets defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
He'll look to throw. A quick one here hauled in by Kamara. And he'll be stopped right there at the 31. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Tight end left. Hey.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
You. Check.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32. Well, this defense for the Jets, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Boy, 4th and 2. This crowd was urging them to go for it, certainly. Instead, they settle for the field goal try, and then they come up with nothing.
Brandon, yeah, football coach won't let the crowd dictate how he calls a football game. He stuck to his guns. But after the miss, now there's 70,000 coaches in the stands thinking they were right.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Panther 11, Panther 11.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Saints defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now back to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. He'll get this complete to the rookie 1st-round pick. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Quit talking about it and bring it. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Watch the run. Mike 56.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
53, Mike.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
And the Saints first down.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Kamara trying the right side. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Again, it's Kamara. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Kamara with a carry there on first down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second and 6.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. So here's a 3rd and 14.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Back to throw. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
A 33-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2nd and 6. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
That's what I do. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the run.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On the draw, it's Hall.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here's 3rd and 9.
You don't want none of that. Give me that. Pick up the ball. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. I got him.
Mike 56.
Looking to throw.
That's to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
19 type. 19
First and 10 at the 42-yard
56
line.
right there. 56. Time to go. Night.
He'll look to throw.
56. It's a party now.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Watch 18.
They'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's 3rd and 3.
56. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
He'll drop to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on fourth down, Matthew Hayball on to punt. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They even let you play. Watch 18
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Tight end right. 4 down, 4 down.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. A give to Kamara running right. Down the sideline he goes. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Get ready.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Let's go now. Marco 80.
There, right there, 56.
Check pass. Check pass.
Hatch it.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Kamara up the middle. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's 2nd and 3.
56. Bound to lose one. 56 to Mike. 56.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
56 to Mike.
Miller is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Groupie able to add the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the...
It got his man complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A give running right is Hall. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
You remember me? You remember me?
Trap 60.
Mike 50.
They'll go again with Hall. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 26. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense.
They'll run with Hall. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Give me some. Here we go, here we go. Mike 56, Mike 56.
He don't know no better.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
70 Timberwolf. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. I got one.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
A 27-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through, and they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets football all the way down to the 16-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Touchdown, Jets. Brevin Jordan, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. And we are set up for a fantastic touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Hey, defense, let's go. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
First down, New Orleans.
185. 56. Danny.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 70 yards rushing now for Kamara, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Man up, D.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Jets, first down. First and 10.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Check Mike. Check Mike.
18, Pioneer.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
He can't hang.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
79 Broncos.
Mike's 56.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Here now, 3rd down.
Number 53. Mike 53. I got you, punk.
Mike 53.
Warrior 70.
Mike.
Hey, D-line.
He'll look to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
York able to send this one through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This is 1st and 10.
Now Carr. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Carr, he wants to change up the look here.
Bang, bang. Mike 56.
A first down carry now for Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Now second down and a few inches.
Mike 18.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
It's a gain of 6.
Mike
First
18.
down.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Second down, 8 yards to go.
No, he ain't got it.
Mike 56.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
56. Check 56. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. He's hit 3 times already, and this for the win. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, Mustang 19.
Now a first throw here in overtime. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Here we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A give. This is Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied.
I'm gonna hit you all day, baby.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. They'll try the right side here with Miller, and he'll be taken down at the 34.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Inside handoff now, Miller. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Saints, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.